Hello, my name's Steve and I sell stuff on eBay as a hobby. And once a week, I upload a video to YouTube telling you about what sold that week and how much my payout has been. But in this video, I want to have a look at what happened last week when funds were withheld from my payout due to a dispute with a buyer. Now, what had happened is on the 24th of October, I'd sold a jigsaw. About 2 weeks later, I got a message through my eBay app on my smartphone telling me that I had a new request. So let's see what happened with that. So I logged into my account and had a look at the claim that had been opened, and essentially this is it. The buyer didn't receive the item, buyer requested the item. Now, I know that the item was delivered because there is confirmation on the eBay website which says that it was delivered on the 26th of October. And I could also reference that to Royal Mail, which says the same. So I know that she's had this item. So let's have a look at the message that goes with it. Puzzle is used as expected. One piece is missing. Nothing more annoying, is there, than a 999 piece jigsaw? And there is a surplus piece that is not part of the picture, nor does the piece fit the empty space. True, there are 1,000 pieces, but the puzzle is incomplete. This is a pity because When the Land Was Theirs is one of two in the series we were missing for our wall display. Now, I knew that there was a piece missing from this jigsaw, and in fact, if we have a look at the listing, it says so. One piece is missing. The box is quite worn with scuffs, creases, tears, etc., etc. One of the pieces is missing. The rest have been placed in a bag. So that's fairly clear, I would have thought. But I did also upload some pictures. And here you can see this one. It's very clear here that there is a piece missing. I think that's fairly obvious. And I even uploaded this further picture. And to make sure that there was no doubt about it, I also uploaded a close-up of the area the missing piece is in. So at this stage, I'm not really entirely sure what to do. I don't sell a huge amount of stuff on eBay, not had that many claims, and this is the first one where really I felt I've been completely in the right and that I should get my money. So I decided to get in touch with eBay. So I used their online chat feature. Really like using that because you do get a transcript of the conversation that you've had. So if anything does go wrong, you can refer back to it or try to hold them to it or whatever. But I do that as a matter of course. So what they advised was that everything would be okay because there was confirmation of it being delivered. I pointed out actually it wasn't a non-delivery issue because clearly the item had been delivered. That wasn't being disputed really by the buyer. They just used the wrong uh, part of the complaints process to put it forward. But they said that would be okay. It's going to be resolved in my favour, and I would have to wait until after the deadline, which was the 14th of October. So they said to get back in touch on the 15th of October to get that dealt with. And in the meantime, I decided that it was best to send a message to the buyer to explain the position. So let's have a look at that. This is the message I sent to the buyer. Now, I want to be fairly conciliatory. I'm not sure that there's anything but an error going on here, a misconception on the buyer's part. So I start off by saying, I'm sorry to hear that you're disappointed with your jigsaw puzzle. I know how frustrating it must be to get to the end and find your pictures not complete. However, if you take another look at the item description, you will see that it states that there is a piece missing and includes a picture of the almost completed puzzle with a close-up photograph of the area the missing piece comes from. Normally, I don't list incomplete jigsaws for sale unless it is of an interesting subject that I feel may be valuable to a collector. Please be assured that there was no attempt to mislead buyers or cause upset and disappointment. Please accept my apologies on this. So I thought I'd leave the matter be for a while, but then a few days later, I got a message on my eBay app on my smartphone, um, reminding me that I needed to take action. So I got in touch with eBay again. I said, "What's this all about?" They said, "Oh, you don't need to do anything more." But I felt I better had, so I went back into the case, and well, this is what I did. So I went back into my accounts and I uploaded the tracking details again. They said I've updated the tracking details. Actually, all I've done, as I say in my message here, is I confirmed the tracking details they already had. So that was the end of the matter. Didn't hear back from the buyer, and on the 15th of October, I contacted eBay and asked them to close the case. They did that, and here's the case outcome. You don't need to do anything else. You weren't found at fault. We received tracking information from you that shows the item is either in transit or has been delivered to the buyer's address. All well and good. The £9 has been released for payment, and I should get that in my next payout. However, not quite the end of the story, because look at what they had to say next. The date scanned is after your stated postal and dispatch time. In the future, please post your items as soon as possible. You don't need to do anything else. So I'm being told off, yes, but I know this was posted in time. Let's have a look at the order. The order was received on the 24th of October. That's when the buyer bought the item and paid for it. I dispatched it the same day on the 24th of October, and I know actually on this occasion I actually sent it out within 1 hour of receiving the order. And as you can see here, it was delivered just 2 days later on the 26th of October. So at this stage, I'm pretty annoyed. So the case was resolved in my favour, but in a way that left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth. I got in touch with customer services. I did make the point that as a seller on eBay, I'm not their employee. I am as much a customer as the buyer is. I pay them for a service. So I wasn't really at all happy about the message that I'd received on case closure there. They said there was nothing they could do about it. That they agreed with me, but it was a system message and it couldn't be changed. So I'm not really happy about that. And well, the issue with the buyer now, I don't think the buyer was trying to be dishonest or anything. I think what happened was she'd seen this jigsaw and it was exactly what she wanted, and she bought it without reading the description properly. Now, there was kind of an implication that I might have put an extra piece in there as a way of fooling them. Now, that would be pointless, because obviously you're going to get found out if you were doing that, and there was no point for me to do that anyway. So I guess what happened is she'd finished the puzzle, there was a missing piece, she had a look at that on the floor or on the desk or whatever, found a piece that she'd previously mislaid, and assumed that I'd put it in the box. So I don't think she was trying to be dishonest. It's just a bit of a misunderstanding, really. Anyway, I hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like the video, leave a comment below, subscribe to my channel. You might want to perhaps leave a comment on how you feel this was handled by eBay, whether you think the buyer acted properly, whether perhaps they might have messaged me before putting in the claim, whatever. So please do leave a comment below. And I hope to see you in my next video, which I hope will be out on Thursday, telling you about what I've sold this week and how much I'm getting paid.